Welcome to another episode of the Pierce Brothers. I'm Joe, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a torture test on a Face Blades Tomahawk. So this is an expensive Tomahawk, and that's kind of why we're testing it. Is an $800 Tomahawk worth the money? This is the Face Blades Howler Hawk. Now I am a big fan of Face Blades, so let me just clear that up right away. So I'm not just torturing this, I'm going to break it to prove a point, I guess. I do support Face Blades. I got loads of their knives and tomahawks, and got this one on a trade a while back. It's a Howler Hawk. It's got nice rock work all the way around, your hammer back. The tip on this is not exactly shaped for combat, so to say, but it should do pretty dang well. It's got micarta G10 scales, some carbon fiber pins, just a chaos grip on there. This is actually a really pretty tomahawk though. So, but I mean, these cost around 750 bucks. So ultimately, is that worth the money? And that's what we're gonna find out. All right, guys, before we dive into the torture test on this beautiful tomahawk, go check out our Patreon. Make sure and subscribe, like, share, all that. If you're able to support us through our Patreon, we hugely appreciate that. Our videos are only made possible by you guys, the viewers. So stay tuned for a beautiful torture test on the Face Blades Howler. Now, I'm poor, so I spent all my money on a tomahawk, so I can't afford a cool ballistic dummy with the skull net in it. But we can afford a pickup door here that we got from, bought it off Facebook for 40 bucks. So obviously a car door is going to be much harder than a human skull. So if it can crack through a car door, you know that it'll work for combat. Now, tomahawks have a broad application, and me myself, I've been a bit of a tomahawk fan since I was a kid. I remember people getting those camp axes and that to take out into the woods, and I always wanted one. So since I was a kid, I've loved tomahawks, hatchets, all that. Now, this could also work as a multi-purpose axe in the woods. That's probably what you'll use it for most. But would it work for combat, rescue, all that kind of stuff? So to start, we're just gonna break the glass on this with the hammer side of the tomahawk. We'll see how that goes. Now, don't try this at home. I got gloves on, goggles, all that good stuff. So we'll see how this goes. Nifty, nice and easy. Got a couple scratches there from the glass, but nothing crazy. So we did put plastic down to catch our glass. We're not just gonna litter. So pretty easily went through that glass. Now let's test it on the door. Now again, that door is probably harder than a human skull. So if you're using this in tactical or defensive applications, yeah, come check that out. We've got, that did puncture, and you look at the head on there, no marring whatsoever on the edge. So pretty tough. This is, I forgot to mention steel. This is S35VN American steel, very well-made tomahawk, all American made, handmade, American made, all that. So you gotta take that in consideration when you're spending a lot of money on a handmade item. If you're getting American made, handmade, you're gonna spend more than a piece of junk tomahawk you buy in the store. It's just it's gonna cost more. So if you're willing to pay the price, 100% worth it. So let's get another good hit here. Again, another good gouge in there, and no marring even. The edge, we've got a couple little marks. I was expecting to have to reshape the edge a little bit after this, but it's barely even marking it, and we're getting really good gouges in there, as you can see. I mean, that's performing very well. Way less marring though on the edge than I assumed I would have to do after this. So again, another huge gash there. Yeah, I would say that is a pass. Bit of a torture test. Obviously, we could have gone and just chopped some wood in that, but that's super boring. But it would do the job well. So yeah, I mean, you can see there's marking on there, but we'll rub some oil, a little bit of paint rub off. That's really all you're seeing. So once we, I did mention 0.22 roughly on the thickness of that. So pretty thick, but it's not overly thick and heavy. It's very lightweight, very packable. So you could throw this on a backpack, on your belt. It does come with a nice Kydex sheath. So yeah, and again, that's not really an edge that's designed for crushing skulls, so to say, but it would do the trick. And having that hammer on the back, a good rescue axe, throw it in your truck if you ever had to break a window. Yeah, I'm very actually impressed. The edge held very well, and you look at it, it's still pretty dang sharp. So let's hit it one more time just for fun. Oh, there we go. All the way through. Check that out. Yeah, golden. I 100% recommend it. Being a Tomahawk fan myself, I love Face Blades, and their Tomahawks is what initially drew me to the company. Having been a part of that group now for some time, it's the Face Blades enthusiast group. I've seen that group of guys come together to support each other and help each other out in times of need, whether that's donating a blade for auction to raise funds for a family with medical bills, or people come into struggles financially, and people have put up blades to help sell them to put the funds toward that family. So really a great group of guys, great company. I definitely strongly recommend that you check out their website. I'll link it in the description. If you want a well-made, handmade tool, they make amazing things. I've got a knife here. This is one of my favorite knife profiles, the Face Blades Disaster Junior. Really phenomenal knife, great knife for the money. These production versions, because I'm too poor to buy a fancy custom, but their knife prices range from about $300 to well over $1,000, depending on how fancy you get. This would be kind of a base model in that $300 range. But if you want to support a handmade, American-made knife company, check out Face Blades. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Pierce Brothers.